Hey guys, we're the Southpaw Freakshow and we're back for another amazing interview. We are again really lucky because a great friend of ours, Tyson Brown, the man himself, has entered our theater of the absurd with the freaks. He has over 10,000 followers digitally on Instagram, as well as dozens of testimonials on his personal website. We gift you today this insane fitness trainer with tons of content on his Facebook page. Neil, my friend, take it away.
Oh man, Tyson, so happy to have you here. Thanks for coming, man.
Thanks for having me, guys. I'm really keen. This setup was... I came in and I'm like, whoa, look at this. This is fancy as. And then you see me, it's like in my bedroom, recording my videos. But hey, I love being here. Thank you for inviting me.
Oh, that's great. Tyson, just to let our viewers know, how did we meet?
How did we meet? I think we met at the cave, didn't we?
At the cave.
We were actually introduced by Lloyd, who runs the cave. As you can see here, I'm repping this shirt. So Lloyd was talking about Neil, and he was saying, you're into all the new marketing, Tyson, you're into all that content. He goes, this guy named Neil, he's all into it. And then one day you just rocked up, and then we just like, we know this book, we know this book. We were talking about everything, and explaining so many different topics.
Oh, that's great, man. I think it was the 10x rule that we straight away.
Because I had my 10x planner by Grant Cardone.
Yep,
and you're like, I know this, and I read this book. Yeah, man, it was just like instant, like, boom, mashing.
Boom. And it was so good, and we just connected straight away, and I want to ask you about the 10x planner.
Yeah.
What is it? Do you use it daily? Because I use it for a bit.
Yeah.
And I journal every day.
Yeah.
So I've kind of made my own 10x planner kind of
nice.
thing.
Yeah.
So I have my own format that I've been journaling pretty much for a year now.
Yeah.
And it's fantastic.
Nice.
So just to give our viewers a little bit, what do you think the 10x planner is, and like how is it helping you, and what do you do? How does it work?
Yep. So I've had a couple planners in the past. I had the 10x planner, another one by Dan Meredith, and it's just I don't know why I resonate with the 10x planner. It's kind of like because I can set my day out. And then on the other side, I've still got other things like, what are my targets for the day, what successes that I had. Because I think a big thing that I've had to start doing again, which I didn't do for ages, was writing down what successes I had. Yeah. And it kind of just makes you feel good for the day. Like, you always try and be like one step better than yesterday, right? Like just that small bit. You're like, today I got out of bed again at the same time instead of sleeping for another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And so that's why I kind of like, he's got all those things there, but it's just like, I don't have to think about it. I don't have to go 5 a.m. 5:30 a.m. 6 a.m. It's all written down there for me, so I use it as like a template, but I don't follow exactly everything on there.
Right.
Write down my goals on the side, what I got to do for the day, and it's simple as that. So it's easy, but if you find it better off, just doing a journal like that, you got to find out what works best for you.
And how does that serve you, like this 10x journal, like the concept of, writing things down, visualizing it?
Just looking and knowing like what my day is going to be like whether it be today or tomorrow. So I've got these things, they're called bucket days, right? So every day is like a different theme type of thing, and I know what I'm going to be doing for that day, and I just write out like, I've got so much going on in my head at the time, because I'm always like, here. And when I write it, I'm like, okay, cool, this is what Monday looks like, this is what today looks like. Yeah. So like every Sunday I'll do a brain dump, so I'll write down everything I'm going to do for the week. So like tomorrow's going to be all my videos, which is Monday. So Monday I have most energy, I feel great every start of Monday. So I'll do Facebook videos, Instagram story, I just do all that stuff on a Monday, front loaded. Then I know that's on Monday. Like sort of Tuesdays clients. So like every day has like a little bit of different things, so I'm going to jump from one thing to another.
Oh, that's crazy, man.
It's so good.
And it's such a unique system, and it works for you, and it's fantastic. That brings me to the next question. Like you've got dozens of clients that you're working with, at once, and we've seen what great results that you've brought people on your website as well. Which is, by the way, what's your website?
Oh, so it's just my name, so www.tysonbrown.com.au.
Cool.
You have to have the .au because we're Aussie, and
yeah, that's great. And talk to us about working with your first client, and how that journey's been, and how did you start? How did you get into fitness and all that stuff?
Yeah, so I got into fitness when I was 2009, 2010, and it was just pick up girls, right? I was like chubby kid, didn't know, I was never good at sports. I was like the reserve on the football team, and I'm like, nah, this ain't happening for me. And then so me and my mate were like, let's get six-pack abs, let's go pick up girls. So we spent like 2 months in my backyard. Every day we'd get like a new abs routine, go through it. After 2 months, nothing. And I'm like that, we're going to the gym type of thing. Then I was working out for ages, and still I wasn't seeing results. So then that's when I just started like diving in and just like learning all I can. Like, you know, have you heard of bodybuilding forums? Like,
Yes.
Yeah. So I just spent hours just going through there, reading through all the things, and then I just started to come across like tracking your macronutrients, doing the things that you're supposed to do, because like you can train as hard as you want for as long as you want, right? But if your diet, like you and I were talking about before, if your diet isn't on point, you ain't going to see the results you want. So started tracking my macros, started doing intermittent fasting, which is like kind of my niche thing, right? I just absolutely love it, and that's when I started really getting results. Like I had a better relationship with food, and then so after that, 2014, I was still doing my apprenticeship, and I decided to quit it, moved to Sydney, didn't know anyone, started training at a gym while I was doing a sales job, and then I was just like, hey, you guys looking for personal trainers? Like, yeah. And so it was just like, okay, come in. And then like after that, I was like, yeah. So I had my first, at first, like just training people. Like personal training certificates don't teach you shit, right? They teach you. Oh, can I swear on this?
Yeah.
Like, they teach you like small stuff, like the basics. But when you're like with a human, man, that's like completely. Like, I don't want to hurt this person. I don't want to. So like it was very like, oh, let's try this and let's try this, and like just. I was very hesitant because obviously I didn't want to hurt the person, and then I would like try and just verbally like diarrhea talk to them about everything, and they're just like, just train me, man. And so luckily, like one of my first clients, he was really cool, real chill, and I've still got him to this day. So I've been training for 4 years,
Wow,
and so like it was just that transition of just like understanding different bodies, different movement types, showing people how to do an exercise, because I'm like, why can't you keep your back straight when you do this? And I'm like trying to like push their back and show them how to do it, and like just understanding over time. Has been like just being able to look at someone now and being able to figure out what's going to be best for them. Has been it's kind of like a switch, right? And it's like one of my clients was telling me about the study where students could look at pathology like blood, so you get a blood test, and they got the student to look at a blood test from year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, as in like going through your years in university, and like how your eye pattern goes. So it kind of goes all over the place, and then by the 4th one, it's like bang, 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 there's your diagnosis, right? And it's kind of like any expertise. Like at the start, I'm kind of just like all over the place, but now it's like, all right, you need this, you need to follow this. It's very, very simple and methodical, and you've just got to become an expert in your field. Like they talk about hours and hours and hours of repetition.
Exactly.
That's massive. Now that you talked about working with different body types, I've got a different body type, Matej's got a different body type. So, does the training differ for both of us, or is it just the diet that will change?
It's a bit of both, so it really depends on what you want, right? Like you could want to get really strong. You could want to, build more muscle. So the rep ranges, the exercises are going to change. Like basically, I like to follow a template where there's like certain things you will be doing. You'll be doing squats, you'll be doing deadlifts, you'll be doing the stuff that has just proven the test of time. Whether your goal is to build muscle, whether your goal is to lose fat. But then when it comes to the diet, that's going to be a more specific type of thing, right? It comes to your background, comes to when you like to eat. Like I say, I'm a big advocate of intermittent fasting, but it doesn't work for everyone, right? And so if you do, like let's say you really do enjoy intermittent fasting and you hate it because you need to eat more food, then we've got to make it all work around you. And that's why it's always like, you can't try and fit a square peg in a circle hole. You got to try and make what your lifestyle is and adapt it around you too.
Let's talk a little bit more about intermittent fasting. So, what do you personally follow? Do you do like the morning? Do you eat in the morning? Do you eat in the night? What's your 8-hour window like?
Yes. So at the moment, I do from about 8:30 in the morning till 4:30 in the afternoon. Except like on the weekends, it kind of varies type of thing. So like I haven't. What's today? Well, now it's like 10:30. I haven't eaten yet type of thing. So the reason I do a 16-hour window at the moment is because I'm trying to bulk, right? I'm trying to gain weight, so it's hard to eat that amount of food in a short amount of time. So I'm doing 16 hours at the moment, and then once a week I'll do a 24-hour fast. So usually it'll be a Saturday till a Sunday or a Friday till a Saturday. Keep myself busy, just do a 24-hour because I still want to look at the longevity benefits. So cell autophagy, things like that happen in that long.
They do when you're fasting.
Yes, but it's got to be longer than 16 hours, right? It can't be the 16-hour mark. So that's why I like to do that 24-hour fast. And I just like to experiment and muck around. Hey, like some people like doing 20-hour fast, some people like doing 6. And there's like no, hey, you must do it this way. Sure. The reason 16-8 is so popular is because of a guy named Martin Birkin from Lean Gains, who like kind of started the whole thing. But there's like, you can do 17-5 if you want, everything's going to be different. But for me personally, it's just 16-8 every day. And also, the further you eat away from bed, a lot of people find that they get better sleep. So if I stop eating at 4:30 and I'm going to bed I go to bed at 7:30, right? I go to bed real early. So I've got like 3-hour gap before I go to bed. I feel good. I don't have to worry about digestion. straight to bed. Like in this Aura ring here, is like a ring that tracks my sleep and tracks my steps and all that stuff.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so it's sick. It's like biohacking type of thing.
Yeah.
But like this would tell me every time I eat further away from bed, I have much better sleep.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's cool to have a look at that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, again, measuring and like tracking.
Yeah.
How important is that? Like,
really depends on like what your goals are, right? Like if you just want to look good and like have like tone stomach type of thing, you don't need to be really diligent about it. Obviously, if you want to get like you're going to compete, you've got to start tracking more and more. But it really depends on what you're after. Like a lot of people, they just want to look good with their shirt off, and so you don't have to be tracking macros and all that stuff for the rest of your life. But you need to have a basis. Like I still always whenever I have a client, alright, we're jumping on a food diary first, we're measuring your weights and all that stuff because you need to know.
Yeah.
For a while.
This is getting really deep now, and like the foundation of why fitness and what is fitness?
What is fitness? That's a good question. So I always look at it. Actually, this is talking about the book that's going to be coming out. I see it as like an integration with your life, right? It's not like health and fitness isn't here and your life isn't here. It integrates together because you can't be like, oh well, I'm gonna get fit on Monday, or I'm gonna get, I'm gonna because you've got to always think about like if you don't have your health and fitness, you've got nothing. Like I always tell people, they're like, I don't have time to take care of my health and stuff. Okay, that's cool. So let's say you neglect it, and let's say you keep putting it off. Then you start getting aches, then you start getting pains, then you get sick, then you can't go to work. And what happens when you can't go to work? You don't make money, right? And money is going to drive everything. So at the end of the day, you can prevent that by just taking care of your health. And a lot of people think like, you got to dedicate hours to the gym and nutrition and stuff like that. It's like, hey, spend an hour meal prepping on a Sunday, try and do 30 minutes minimum a week, like minimum a day if you can. Like if you don't have 30 minutes, you haven't got a life. If the president, not Donald Trump, if like Obama and stuff like that, if they can do it, take 30 minutes a day for their health, then you aren't the president and you have time. Like I get it, maybe you're a busy single mum and stuff like that, but a majority of the people just make up bullshit excuses at the end of the day. You can do a body. I tell people, set your timer on your phone. If you've got 10 minutes, go home, go do 10 minutes of burpees. You'll be wrecked after 10 minutes of just straight out burpees. And it's only 10 minutes, it's like everyone's got time of the day.
Perfect.
Yeah, because no one's really, that good that they're, taking account like even 10 minutes. They're like, you're right with the excuses and the things like that. So how do you manage time? Because
Thank you. Very nice.
so again, thing is, how do you manage time and stuff? Because I know you wake up pretty early every day.
Yeah.
What time do you wake up? What's your routine? How do you get in the zone? How do you plan your day and all that stuff?
Okay, so I wake up at 3:50 every morning. Right?
3:50.
3:50. It's got to be 3:50 because it gives me 10 minutes to muck around to kind of get up type of thing. So I just love the mornings, right? I love just waking up, get shit done. Everyone's asleep. I'm like, let's just get into it. So I always wake up and then I'll go have a cold shower, no matter what, because cold shower, I'm awake then, right?
Even winters,
like I'm doing it now, and it's just like every day. It's like, okay, you got this, and just like go, it's just like it's like a minute. It's just like in the winter, I'm like that's all I'm doing first. I'm getting straight up for a minute and go for it. But gotta have a cold shower because it's just like an addiction now type of thing, There's not crazy health benefits, so it's just like if you have a cold shower, you're gonna be awake. So after that, I'll always I try and do about 45-50 minutes of like deep work, so I won't check my phone, I won't do any of that stuff, but like if I've got from 4 o'clock, let's say 4:10 till 5 o'clock, before I see clients, and like I got 1 hour just to kind of do whatever, get time to write, get time to do whatever, it's really, really easy. And that's how I read my book, right? So for ages, I was just like every morning, like no matter what, and now it's like writing articles, doing my video editing, all that stuff. So the first hour of my day is just like power mode. Then I'll go and train clients, usually from about 5:30 till anywhere till 9 o'clock type of thing. And then I've actually set myself a rule now where I'll not take care of my health and fitness. I won't go to the gym until 12 o'clock. Okay, because it's easy for me to go to the gym. I enjoy exercising, but it's hard for me to do the other hard stuff. Like doing the discipline of recording the videos, doing the stuff. I'll do it. So I'm like, all right, if I go until 12 o'clock, I've got that time. Whether I be training clients or whether I be doing anything else, I've got from let's say 5 a.m. until 12 p.m. I've got to be doing like just productive stuff. Okay. After that, I'm like time for a break. Go and have a workout. Go and have some lunch. Come back home, and then it's like 2 o'clock. And I'm kind of just like, that's like me, like, that's like 8 hours awake, right? So I'm like, oh man, I'm starting to get brain fried. And then I'll do like the little back end stuff. So that might be chasing up people on Facebook. That might be editing videos and record, like all the stuff that doesn't take a lot of brain power.
Just like
Everything that takes a lot of brain power is done at the start of my day type of thing. So that's kind of how I structure it. Every night I'll think about what I've got tomorrow, so I'll pull out the calendar. Okay, I've got clients still here. Depending on what day it is, like Monday's my videos. What videos am I going to record? Blah blah blah, and I just write it all out type of thing.
That's fantastic.
It's
It's such a
a lot.
unique system, and obviously the benefit of waking up in the morning, everyone else is sleeping.
Yes.
That's the best thing. You can get in the zone. I'm a big advocate of that as well. I wake up pretty early.
Yeah.
I reach work early as well. Beat all the traffic. Don't have to worry about peak hour traffic, this that, and then that way you can leave early as well.
Yep.
And I'm a big advocate of morning, or even for some people, if you're not a morning person, even doing it at night.
Yeah.
Whenever
Whatever it is, you've got to figure out what your peak time is, right? Like, there are people who just love to do stuff at night time.
Yeah.
If you're like, hey, I'm going to go off from 9 o'clock until 2 in the morning, well, follow that type of thing. You've got to figure out what works best for you. But you still got to get your sleep too, right? Like, we talk about waking up early. Like, I'm in bed by 7:30, so I'm still getting 8 hours of sleep no matter what type of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So sleep's very important for like muscle
Bro,
growth.
sleep's important for everything, right? Like brain function, muscle recovery, stopping food cravings, hormone function. Like, it's just like, we know it's important. Like, it makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Like, but, well, it kind of doesn't make sense, but it's just, everyone knows sleep is important. And you can try and put it off for as long as you want, but you're not going to be as productive. You're going to feel like shit the next day. It's just like a downward cascade spiral.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So let's talk about a book for a second.
Yeah.
What inspired you to write the book, and what's it called?
Yeah, so it's called Ditch the Diet, right?
Yeah.
What inspired me to write the book? I have no idea. Hey, I'm just like, literally, like last year in September, I'm like, I'm going to write a book. Alright, let's do it. Blah, blah, blah. And then I finished writing it by, I think it took me until just after October to finish the book, okay? To finish writing it. Then came all the back end stuff, the formatting, the editing. I felt so bad for my editor because like I can write, but I'm a doer, right? So I'll just go. But I can take that extra 5-10 minutes to polish it off. I never wanted to do that stuff. So giving it to my editor, man, he's like, we gotta fix this, and then my formatting. So that took a long time to do. But honestly, like I was just like, I'm helping a lot of people in the gym. I need to get it out to more people. Yeah. I'm sick of people talking about, you've got a strict diet for the rest of your life and stuff like that, because like it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
Fat's not the devil, carbs aren't there's all this dogma at the moment, right? It's like, hey, how about I teach you how you can still have pizza, drink alcohol, and still be able to lose fat, Like it all comes down to, this is what it comes down to tracking, right? For a while, you just got to track to know. But it's just like, just because you want to get fit and healthy doesn't mean you can't drink, doesn't mean you can't eat food, bad foods, let's say, and that's why I explain it all in the book. It's how to integrate health and fitness with the lifestyle, put it together. Because like you can't be sitting out with a mate and be like, no, I'm on a diet at the moment. I can't have gluten, I can't have this, I can't have that. True. And at the same time, with intermittent fasting, like people are like, oh, well, what if I want to go out for dinner? I'm like, okay, well then you just make your fast longer for the next day, or you break your fast earlier if you want to go out for breakfast. It's just showing people how they can integrate it together.
Right, that's fantastic. What advice would you give a guy like me? Like, I try all these different things. I go on these crazy strict diets, and they work. They all work.
Yep.
But then, boom, I'm back into it again. I'm back into eating junk food, this, that again, and it's not sustainable.
Yeah.
So, what's kind of like one or two things I'm sure that's a very common problem in many people.
Yeah.
What's like a good solution to that?
Well, first of all, you got to find out like why the ones you followed, the ones you like achieved results, like what made them unsustainable, right? Was it restricting certain foods you couldn't have? Was it that's going to be the biggest thing, right? Restricting certain foods you couldn't have. So then maybe you're like, you know what, I want to be able to go out with my friends and family and still enjoy myself, but I just can't manage it. So you've got to figure out what works best for you and your personality type thing. So like I always talk about first, you've always got to make sure, you've got to know how many calories you're eating, how many calories you're burning, right? You've always got to track first. It doesn't matter what diet you want to be on, because all the diet does is put you in a calorie restriction, okay? And that's just the law of thermodynamics. You have to be eating less than you're burning. So I always say track your food first and see where you're going, right? Then you've got to find out, as long as you've got your protein high enough to be able to lose fat, you've got to figure out like what do you like more? Do you like more high fat foods? Do you like more high carbohydrate foods? What are those foods that are going to help you not overeat? The foods that are going to help you feel full? Keeping trigger foods away from you. Like in my house, I can't have trigger foods, okay? Like there are certain foods, if I have Nutella in the house, I'll eat that jar, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a lot of common sense stuff. Like there's nothing magical here, you know. It's just like common sense stuff. You just got to be diligent enough to put it in place. Like, do you have trigger foods here?
No, actually, that's a great one
Yep.
because you know the biggest trigger is probably Uber Eats though.
Yeah.
Or Domino's.
Yep.
You know, that's a trigger. But in terms of sugar or anything like that, we don't have sugar in the house.
Yes, really quickly, just on the trigger
Yeah.
foods. What I do, it's interesting in terms of a test of willpower.
Yep.
I'll have the cookies on my desk so I
Yep.
can see it every day, but I'm not eating it. What
Yep.
are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think that's for you it might work, but I think it's a losing approach for so many people.
Yeah.
Like, how many people do you know have strong willpower? You can have the strongest. There's gonna be one day you might have a shitty day at work. You might have bad sleep.
Of course.
You might forget lunch. You're gonna go for the cookie. So
Yeah.
I'm like, keep it away from you
Of
at
course,
all
that
time.
tastes
Yep.
good.
Like it's just like when I'm not magic, you know. Like anyone out there, if I put a Nutella jar in front of me, I'm like, yeah, not today, no, tomorrow, and then like one day I'm like, I need that, right? I just need to have it. And so I don't believe it. If I can keep it away from me, it's good enough for me. Like, yeah, I'm not afraid to admit that I've got certain things like. Because I grew up, when I first started trying to diet, and I restricted myself a lot type of thing, I developed like an unhealthy approach with food, right? And so, like, if I go to a buffet now, man, I'm coming out like this, right?
Yeah.
And so, even like someone's like, hey, Tyson, we're going to a buffet, I'm going to plan ahead of time, I'm going to eat less calories in the week, so I know I'm not going to be able to control myself.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't have that willpower. And then it's like, I'm human. We have flaws, and you've got to acknowledge what your flaws are.
Yeah.
So if you know that you can't have a certain food in here, you just don't keep it in here. Luckily for me, I just don't, like, I'm just like, no Uber Eats, no takeaway. If I need to get food, I'll go and get it.
Yeah.
Because like you said, like the more effort you have to put into it, the harder it's going to be. Yeah.
Right. So delete those apps.
Delete the apps, get rid of trigger foods,
Yeah.
start tracking your food.
Done.
Like, I don't care, people go, oh, I'm not good with tracking food, counting calories. Well, at the end of the day, if you don't know, then stop complaining if you don't want to put in the work.
Yeah.
The jacket thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And MyFitnessPal's so easy. I mean,
Yeah.
it can't get easier than that.
Yeah,
I mean,
you can literally Google
Yeah.
nutrition in an apple, and then you have a look, you know, and you just write it all down if you don't want to track. But if you don't track, you don't know, and people are like, oh, I eat 1,200 calories a day, and then you look, yeah, you're not. You're eating like 3,000 calories a day, you know?
yeah, absolutely.
That's it.
And you know, for a guy like Mateo,
Yeah.
so is it the same principle, or he has to eat in a
Tracking those.
calorie surplus, or
Yeah, well, so like he's still to be in calorie surplus if you want to gain, right?
Yeah.
But you've still got to make sure, are you getting enough protein,
Yes.
right? Are you getting 2 times your body weight? Are you not going, like, even though you've got to be in a calorie surplus, you don't need to be eating an extra 1,000 calories a day or anything like that.
Okay.
So you've still got to figure out, if you eat too much, you'll gain muscle, but you're also going to gain fat. There's like that, if you eat too much, there's like a balance, right? You can eat too much to gain muscle with a little bit of fat, because like you never, unless you're a complete beginner, you're never ever going to gain just purely muscle, right? So you've got to find that spot where you can gain enough to gain usually that 0.25 kilos a week type of thing.
Yeah.
If you're gaining more than that, you're probably putting on some body fat, depending on genetics and stuff
Yes.
like that too. But it's still tracking, hey, because if he's like, yeah, I need to eat 3,500 calories a day, and he's eating 4,000 calories a day, then he's putting on extra weight for kind of no reason too. So yeah, still the start, you got to track. And then like you have your baseline, right? So like let's say you track for a couple of weeks. Okay, I know if I have your breakfast smoothie that you have in your bullet, you're like, I know that's 500 calories, it's got 50 grams of protein, whatever it is. Then you know, like, you know, if I have this for breakfast and I have this for lunch, I have this many calories left over, like, you just keep a template. Because most people, if you eat the same foods, or you rotate between like this breakfast and this breakfast, when you have those things in there, it's so much easier to stick to. Because if you're like every morning,
Exactly.
am I going to have this, or am I going to have this? Again, that's depleting willpower.
Yeah.
Yep. And the more decisions you have to make, the harder it's going to be by the end of the day. You're like, this is fucked, I'm not doing it.
wow, that's powerful.
Yeah, thanks
And
for that.
yeah, thank you. It's simple, but you know, it's like, why do you think that a majority of people can't achieve it?
Because it's not sexy.
Yeah.
Like, you have to put it, that's just like, there are certain things, like I talk about this with health and fitness, but there are so many things that, I talk about meditation.
Yeah.
Like, meditation is sitting down for 5 to 10 minutes and
Yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
Do you know how many days I used to skip meditation? Like, last week I think I skipped it maybe 3 times out of the 7, and I try and do it every day. But it's like, you have to have the discipline to just do certain things if you want to achieve a desired result, right? It's like, people complain about so many things, and it's like, oh, what have you done to do it? Oh, nothing. And then why are you complaining about it? It's like,
Yeah.
shut up and do it.
Yeah.
And like, that's why also we need people to hold our hands, right? This is why I am a personal trainer, because you need someone to hold your hand and just say, hey, do this, or, you know, when you pay for something, you've got skin in the game.
Yeah.
This is what my mentor Roman taught me. like John, he said, if you put skin in the game, you're more likely to stick to it, right? It's like anything. And that's why I pay for mentors. That's why I pay for business coaching. That's why I pay for masterminds, because when I pay for that, I'm like, okay, I'm going to put in what they're talking about. And that's the same thing when people pay for someone, especially me online coaching, like I'm checking in with you every day. Messenger, text you, every second week we jump on the phone. Because like, if I'm there every day and you don't get away with it, right? So if you mess up today, you're like, oh, okay, stuff happens. You don't have to be disappointed to everyone. But if you've got to come up and tell me that you've messed up, you're like, well, first of all, I'm paying Tyson. Secondly, I've got to tell Tyson I made a BS excuse. I felt lazy, no, what Uber Eats. Like, do you want to go and tell me that? Probably not. So, like, just having that accountability there, like, change happens around other people.
Yeah.
Like, if I was like, you might not be pushing yourself as hard as if you're around people who aren't as motivated.
Yeah.
Same type, like, it's with anything. If you're hanging around unhealthy people who want to eat unhealthy stuff and want to go out and drink every Saturday night, what are you going to be doing most likely? You're going to be doing that.
Yeah. Again, proximity is power.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Oh, I like that proximity. Yeah. That's cool.
It's Tony Robbins.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah, okay.
You mentioned mentorship and having mentors, and
Yeah.
could we talk briefly about your journey and strategizing of who you wanted to be your mentor and implementing like their insight?
Yeah. So I've gone through. I've kind of like. Everyone talks about mentors, right? I'm like, how do I find a mentor? Do I get an in-person one? And for ages, I just kind of didn't know how it worked. Everyone talked about it, but I was like, what is going on here? And so I was just like researching, how to become a better personal trainer, because I'm always looking to try to develop myself, right? And then following Gary Vaynerchuk, I started following his trainers. And then I found this guy named John Romanello, and he has gone from his transition to being like one of the top fitness guys type of thing. And I was like, I want to be like him. I want to be able to do more online personal training. I want to be able to develop myself better as a coach. And so I kind of just reached out to him. I'm like, hey, do you do mentorship type of thing? He goes, oh, I've actually got this mastermind, which is like a group of people, and it's all online. And you pay this much. We meet here, so I fly overseas to go and meet him. And I was like, you know what, might as well do it, because like investing in yourself is like the best thing you can do, right? Like people look at like, oh, I'm going to put it in the stock market, or I'm going to do this, that's great, you can if you want, but like if you invest in yourself to get better somehow, you're going to get a return on that investment, right? So it's just like, if I pay someone, like I'm paying them over 5 figures a year, right? But like, if that's, like I said, it goes back to before, if that's making me put harder effort into my business, if that's making me think better, if that's having someone outside eyes help me make better adjustments, and it's going to save me years of effort, then it's like a no-brainer.
Yeah.
And it's like, you've always like, if you can't find an in-person mentor, there's someone you can look up to somewhere, whether it just be through video. Like, you don't have to pay for it. I mean, Gary Vee is kind of like a mentor to me, like to go and get shit done, or Grant Cardone, right? But I'm not paying them type of thing.
Yeah.
It's just like, a paid mentorship means you've got skin in the game, means you're more likely to do it. But if you can follow people and you go and take action from what they say, that's cool too. You gotta find what works best for you.
Boom. And we're back here. Question: what are your top 3 books?
That is a good question. What? I'm trying to think.
Or say, what 3 books would you?
Yeah, 3 lessons.
Yeah, 3 lessons, 3 books would you like to share with our viewers?
Yeah, like I read a lot of books. Probably like in what areas do you like? Is there any specific areas?
Just in general.
Yeah, just in general. Okay. So one is, I'm gonna have to say Grant Cardone's 10x book, right?
Yep.
Because it's
I've
just
read
like
it. It's great.
It's just like go and do everything, right? Like whatever you think it's going to require more effort, you've got to put in the effort, and that just kind of like turned me on. Like, oh man, like what you think you're doing, you're like, I'm not doing anything, right? I've got to take it to the next step. So it's like a motivational book in a way, right? Just go and get it done. What else recently have I read? Oh, actually, a really good one is Salt, Sugar, Fat.
Okay.
So it talks about how companies. This is going to sound like a conspiracy, but it's like the truth. If you look at Kellogg's, all that type of stuff, how they hook up people to wires, and they talk about finding the bliss point, okay? So what makes you keep eating food? Because a lot of people say sugar is evil, right?
It's not, it's a combination. Yeah.
It is. It's salt, sugar, and fat. They're the 3 things.
Wow.
Because are you going to go there, if you're craving sugar, are you going to go to your little to your pot and just eat tablespoons? No one does that. So it's like a combination. Like if you add sugar and salt together, or if you boil a if I just boiled your potato, no salt, no nothing. I gave you a kilo of that, and then I gave you a kilo of deep fried potatoes, which are then potato chips with sugar, with salt on them. What are you gonna have? You know, it's that.
Yeah.
So he talks about in there how the companies are actually trying to find those points to signal that receptor in your head to be like, oh my god, just keep eating, just keep eating. So it's a really, really good book for people who want to kind of understand more about what goes on in your brain and why it's just like, why it's not so simple just to go, I'm not going to eat junk food, you know, like they're trying, their role is to addict you to that food, so you keep buying from them, so you're spending money with them.
Wow.
Yeah,
Killing
so,
yourself as well.
Salt.
And killing yourself.
and killing yourself as well. Like, at the end of the day though, like, just, you mentioned that, like, yeah, killing yourself. But at the same point, I still feel like you've got to have, this goes back to lifestyle, right? You still got to, like I always talk about, I say 90-10 approach, because most people won't do 90, I don't do 90-10, it's more 80-20. But if I say 80-20, then people are like, oh, it's the 80-20, it ends up being like 60-40, you know? So I feel like if you strive for 90-10, you're probably going to do about like 75-80-20. That means like 80% of your food is good and nutritious, and then 20%, you still got to go and live. This is where I talk about, like, if you want to go out and have burgers, go and have burgers on a Saturday night. Like, you know, there are strategies in place, you know, you do a longer fast, you eat less food during the week, but like, don't cut away. Don't try and be like, I'm going to be a Zen master and I'm not going to eat anything bad again, because you can if you want, but I'm like, at the same time, do you want to do that? Do you really want to do that? Don't let somebody else's voice impact what you think is right when you don't actually believe it. So, got Green Cardone, we got Salt, Sugar, Fat, and then one other book that I really, what have I read a couple of? Actually, you know what? Perfect Day Formula, which I was talking to you guys about.
Perfect Day Formula.
So Perfect Day Formula is by Craig Valentine, which is like another one of my mentors, and like, he just really talked, this is kind of where I got the idea about doing the brain dump, setting it all out, and kind of just like knowing how to kind of set up your day type of thing. Yeah.
There's a great book on productivity.
Yeah.
So we've got 10x rule for your overall, like, it lifts your thinking.
Just motivation, mindset stuff.
Second, you've got the
Salt, Sugar, Fat, which is by Michael Moss, and it's more of like a nutrition book type of thing.
And third one, you've got your productivity book.
Yeah.
And awesome. I think that brings us to a little conclusion.
But also, just give a shout out again to your book, to these guys. What's it called again?
Yeah, so it's called Ditch the Diet. If you want to download a free chapter, you go to www.tysonbrown.com.au/free chapter. No, /book. BOOK, and you'll get your free chapter from there.
Boom.
Thanks so much for that.
And that's a great conclusion, guys. Remember to contemplate, challenge, and criticize. And this is the Southpaw Freak Show. We've got Neil, Mateo, we have Tyson in the house.
See you guys.
See ya. Bye.